My wife, Liu Ruyan, has been suffering from hereditary migraines. We've been married for 3 years, and I've finally developed a special medicine just for her. Holding a lunchbox, I was on my way to her company to personally deliver the medicine. However, her secretary mistook me for a mistress. She placed the lunchbox on my head in front of everyone, tore off my clothes, and even stomped on the only bottle of special medicine, crushing it. A driver dared to wear such inappropriate clothes today. I'll teach you a lesson on the proper fate of a mistress. Then, feeling pleased, she went to my wife, proudly saying, I've gotten rid of a driver who was trying to seduce you. How will you reward me? I've known the heroine, Liu Ruyan, since childhood. She has suffered from migraines since she was young. For her, I gave up my family business and decisively studied medicine. Finally, after 3 years of marriage, I developed a special medicine. I couldn't contain my excitement when I returned home. I made some lunch to bring to my wife, intending to personally tell her the good news. Holding the lunchbox, I walked smoothly into the group building. Just as I was about to push open the door to her office, a dashing man blocked my way. What are you doing here? He said, his tone cold and unfriendly, as he scrutinized me. I raised the lunchbox to show him and said I was delivering lunch to Liu Ruyan. In front of outsiders, I didn't like to directly call her wife. She breathed a sigh of relief, her tone a bit sarcastic. So you're the driver? I'm Bai Jingli, the chief secretary to President are you, she said. Give me the lunch, and you can leave. I shook my head and replied seriously, I'm not a driver. I'm here to personally deliver lunch to President are you. Please let me in. Before I could finish, the man flew into a rage. He snatched the lunchbox from my hand. What identity do you have, a driver trying to seduce President Liu and dress so provocatively? I'm going to teach you a lesson today. Saying this, he swiftly pulled me into the conference room and slammed the door shut. I didn't even have time to react before he raised his hand and punched me. My cheek instantly swelled, and I collapsed to the floor. Before I could recover, another blow landed on my head. The lunchbox containing the special medicine was crushed. I curled up my body instinctively, tightly protecting my pocket. I'm really curious to see what kind of food you're delivering to President are you, Bai Jingli sneered, opening the lunchbox and pouring the contents over my head. The soup I had spent 3 hours making, the hot rib soup, dripped down my hair, sizzling as it hit the ground. My scalp burned with a sharp pain, but I dared not move, afraid I would damage the special medicine inside my pocket. Although I knew how the special medicine was made, it contained one rare ingredient that had already gone extinct. There was almost no chance of recovering it now. If there's still braised chicken, I'd like to see who the real. Before I could finish, the man grabbed my chin roughly. His fingers pressed tightly, forcing my mouth open. So you want to play the part of a chicken? Then eat this chicken properly. He slapped a piece of spicy, braised chicken onto my face, its rich, peppery sauce splattering everywhere. A sharp sting flooded my eyes and nostrils. I screamed in pain, but Bai Jingli merely clapped his hands lightly, sneering, disgusting. So greasy. Almost got my watch dirty. He then looked down at me from above. You don't seriously believe that the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach, do you? You're just a low-class man. What gives you the right to like President are you? I tried to explain, but as soon as I opened my mouth, I began coughing violently. The chili pepper burned my throat, and I couldn't speak at all. At that moment, there was a knock at the conference room door. I sighed in relief, thinking I might be saved. But Bai Jingli merely sneered and calmly opened the door. This man is trying to seduce President are you? I'm just teaching him a lesson. The few secretaries outside the door looked at me with contempt. It's because President are you is too outstanding. These lowly men keep trying to seduce him. But don't worry. Bai Ji, you've been with President are you for 5 years. He only has you in his heart.